Although smothering cannot be completely eliminated, but hopefully we can reduce it to a level that it's not a welfare concern or an economic concern for the producers. We're hoping that at the end of this project, and the message that when it's conveyed to the producers, that they will be able to make more practice changes that will then help them reduce the smothering and might help them manage their birds better. From the anecdotal evidence, we were told at the start of this project that smothering accounts for 40% of the mortality that they see in free-range laying hens. But at the end of this project, we found a lot less mortality due to smothering, which is a great outcome for the industry. What we are hoping that we can reduce that even further with some of by interventions that we would propose at the end of this project.
Aims of the project: number one, quantify the frequency of smothering. Okay, so out of 100 birds, how many of them are going to die as a result of smothering before the end of lay? Number two, to identify factors at the individual bird level, at the shed level, at the flock level that are associated with smothering. And then number three, to out of those factors that are risky for smothering, to find those that are modifiable, things that we can change.
We had 3 different organizations located at 2 different states in our study, and we had 83 flocks that we got the production records, behavior records, their questionnaires, so the flock-specific questionnaire that we designed for the rearing and the production stage for all the 83 flocks. We knew that it was a multifactorial, that smothering is multifactorial, but we didn't know where the candidates would come from. We didn't know whether it would be an environmental thing in particular or a behavior in particular.
Number one, the frequency of smothering in Australia layer flocks is broadly similar to that which has been reported overseas. In fact, slightly better. Number two, huge variation in smothering risk across farms and flocks within farms. Yeah. And number three, we've identified some fairly strong relationships between shed level factors, flock level factors and smothering risk. And they were, for example, shed type, level of production, so higher producing birds were at a greater risk of smothering, and weather conditions.
The most exciting thing is seeing some of these results come up and seeing them align with what the producers have told us in discussions on farm and sort of going out there and having a look ourselves, being able to wrap the results into the story of what we've, the journey that we've been through with this project. It's really great to sort of see some of the comments from the start of the project being told in a different story through the statistics and the results that we see at the end. So that's been really exciting. There is a lot of variation in the amount of smothering that we're seeing, and this is indicating that it's likely to be a very multifactorial problem. So there's a lot of different causes that could be associated with smothering, which makes it very difficult to tease out. And so obviously this work isn't quite finished. We need to then take the next steps and have a look at some of these factors to see whether if we manipulate them, will that improve things. There's also a lot of more information that we can get out of the project that we've currently done as well.
Measure the frequency of smothering. Yeah, keep good records. Identify your good sheds and your bad sheds. Take away from this research, shed type, weather conditions, high production, and that should allow you to identify risky sheds.